What is up, guys? Welcome back to another what if video on the channel. So this is what if that I had planned to do eventually, but I also asked on the community poll whether you guys wanted the Goku and Hell one or this one. And even though you guys chose the Goku and Hell one, a lot of people still wanted this one. So this is why, I've made it. This is going to be a baby that's, on Earth, meaning that it's going to be a lot weaker than the one we saw in GT. And that's pretty much all I've got to say. Let's get into the what if. To begin this what if, we must go back in time to around the age of 720 to 730, to when the Saiyans attacked the Tuffles. The Tuffles used their last remaining scientific power to send a parasite life form, later known as Baby, into space. The ship was sent off to a distant planet, as the King Tuffle wanted his creation to take revenge on the Saiyans. The ship would drift in space for many years until age 740. When the ship lands on a little known planet called Earth, the ship crashes into the northern mountains. However, for the next few years, he would be left alone. The ship would focus on trying to keep Baby alive. 12 years later, 2 years after the Red Ribbon arc, a man walking around the northern mountains finds the crater. This man, through trial and error, is able to get into the ship. After a bit of wandering, he finds the parasite in a tank. This is when Dr. Mew introduces himself, asking who he is and how was he able to get inside. The man introduced himself as Dr. Gero, and he says that after a bit of trying, this place's security wasn't really all that hard. He's here looking for a place to set up shop. There's someone he wants to take revenge on. Dr. Mew says that they have something in common. Mew will allow him to stay here if he helps him with his quote-unquote project. The two shake hands and begin to work together on his project. For the next 4 years, Gero and Mew are almost able to perfect Baby. They just need a host, but as they're talking about possibly kidnapping a person, Baby opens his eyes and unleashes a wave of ki blast that kills Mew and almost kills Gero. When he opens his eyes, Gero sees Baby crawling towards him. Baby gives him a smirk before entering Gero's body. Now inside of Gero's body, Baby makes his way to the nearest city. When arriving at North City, he begins to infect the residents. I would imagine he would be in a dark alley and then lure someone in to infect them. Within the day, he would have the entire city under his control. As he gets ready to spread even further, he senses a couple of large energy sources. He starts heading in the direction of them. Meanwhile, Goku is having his match with Chi-Chi. Because I haven't changed anything with the main characters, everything that happened to Goku and Co will still happen. I also won't be changing the outcome of the matches. So we can skip straight forwards to Goku's match with Piccolo Jr. After Piccolo Jr. reveals that he's the reincarnation of King Piccolo to the public, Baby lands inside the arena. As the announcer says that, he's not allowed to do that, this is an official match. Piccolo sends a blast at the human saying that he's here to kill Goku and no one will get in his way. To his shock, the human was able to just barely dodge out of the way. Baby tries to punch Piccolo, but he moves out of the way. Piccolo then proceeds to rip off Gero's arm off and then kick him towards the others. Krillin tries to help him out, but Baby blasts Tien's chest. This reopens his chest cut just enough for Baby to leave Gero's body and enter Tien's. After a bit of wrestling, Baby's eventually able to take over Tien's body. He then proceeds to injure and infect Krillin and Yamcha. Chi-Chi is able to escape and run to Bulma. These three then turn their attention to Goku and Piccolo. Krillin attacks Goku while Yamcha and Baby Tien fight Piccolo. Goku has the most trouble fighting because, this is his best friend. He doesn't want to kill Krillin. I do think Baby would take this opportunity to tease Goku during the fight, basically tell him that he's gonna have to kill Krillin to get him out of his body. Bulma yells out to Goku not to worry, that they can restore them back to normal with the Dragon Balls, which piques Baby's interest, and he begins to ask about them, mid-fight, like what exactly are they? Meanwhile, Piccolo is busy dodging attacks from Yamcha, but once Piccolo jumps into the air, Baby Tien grabs one of the flagpoles that's outside of the arena and just stabs him with the pole. Once Piccolo rips out the pole from his own body, Baby jumps from Yamcha into Piccolo. With Piccolo taking over, those three then turn their attention to Goku. Goku turns to Chi-Chi and tells her to get the others and leave. Goku then gets jumped by his infected friends. Goku has no chance of winning, but he's able to hold on for a bit until Baby uses Piccolo's long and sharp nails to cut Goku's body. This allows Baby to jump into Goku's body, and so begins Baby's rule over the Earth. For the next 5 years, Baby will spend these years training his new bodies, as well as turning Earth into the new planet Plant. or Planet Tuffle, whichever one you want to call it. I will also say that during these 5 years, Mr. Popo hasn't been just sitting on his ass. He's been training the last bit of human resistance left. Let's be honest, only 2 of them would be training, those 2 being Chi-Chi and Blonde Lunch. Like I said, it's been 5 years since the tournament, and you know what happens after those years? Raditz arrives on Earth, looking for Kakarot. When activating his scouter, Raditz finds several high power levels, nearly half his own. He wonders why there's such high power levels on this planet. When arriving at the source, he finds the baby Z fighters, where he recognizes Goku as Kakarot. Raditz tries to explain that Goku is a Saiyan, and there's actually 2 more Saiyans out there, giving him all the whole spiel about Planet Vegeta being blown up by a meteor. All this does is piss Baby off, knowing that the Saiyans are still alive, and that his original home planet got destroyed. However, he doesn't mind finishing the job his ancestors couldn't. Raditz is obviously confused because he doesn't know that Baby is currently controlling Goku. He tells Baby Goku that he's here to recruit him for the Frieza Force. Baby Goku starts laughing, saying that he's never gonna join the Saiyans, but Raditz will pay for his ancestors' sins. The baby Z fighters then attack Raditz, with Goku and Piccolo attacking from the front, while the baby humans attack from behind. Raditz does have a difficult time keeping up with everybody, because Baby is a hive mind. That means that it's basically great teamwork. When Raditz takes one of them down, 2 more show up to fight. Baby Krillin and Yamcha are able to break Raditz's scouter. This means he won't be able to sense the energy that Tien is charging up for a tri-beam. Baby starts taunting Raditz that his sane body will soon be his. Raditz will still be confused on what the hell he's talking about. Goku and Krillin will then use the double solar flare, and before Raditz can do anything, he is hit by Tien's tri-beam. This sends Raditz to the ground, and Baby Piccolo takes this opportunity to dig into Raditz's arms. Baby then jumps from Goku's body to Raditz's body, commenting on how useful Piccolo's hands are. Once inside of Raditz, he comes to the conclusion that he needs to head off this planet and go invade the universe. The infected Yamcha picks up Raditz's pod and carries it off to some infected scientists. Since in GT, Bulma's able to keep her amazing intellect, I would assume that these scientists would as well. They then begin to remake the pod, but they make it bigger. While they do that, Baby decides to take advantage of these 2 Saiyan bodies and get some Zenkais in. In a month or 2 time, the baby scientists would be able to remake Raditz's pod, but bigger. Similar to the ship Goku took to Namek, but without the gravity chamber. The ones who get into the ship are the infected Z fighters and Raditz. The group are then blasted into space. 18 days later, they arrive on the nearest Frieza planet, which is Frieza Planet 79. When arriving, a few of the soldiers show up, as this is an unknown ship. However, when the doors open, the soldiers are met with a barrage of ki blasts. Once the barrage stops, Baby Raditz jumps out and kills any remaining soldiers. From here, Baby's group decides to split into 2 groups. Baby Raditz, Yamcha, and Krillin will take one half of the base, while Baby Goku, Piccolo, and Tien will take the other half of the base. I would imagine taking over this base would take a while, at most like a day or 2. I would also say that any survivors would be dragged off by the Z fighters to go meet Baby. After taking over the bodies of Frieza's army, he would return to Raditz's body. Baby uses the Frieza scientists to look up where the last remaining Saiyans are. Once he finds out, he has all the Frieza scientists go off on a secret mission, while he takes all the Frieza soldiers to, face against the Saiyans. Baby's rule over the universe will soon begin. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Now let me explain what I meant by why the power levels were so high. So in GT, it's shown that whenever Baby enters someone's body, it gives them some sort of boost, in terms of power. So I never figured out what the boost was. So I just made it plus 30%. Meaning if you were to take Baby out of Goku's body in this what if, he'd be somewhere in like the 600s. Honestly, 30% was like the most I could do without seeming insane. I mean, the power boost could be higher, but let me know what you guys think down below on what the actual power level is. Or the multiplier, I mean. And before you guys ask, yes, this will take place in the Super continuity, not in the GT continuity, so don't expect to see any GT stuff, unless I want to add it in. And if this what if gets far enough, you guys might know what that secret mission I was talking about with the scientists will be. Anyways, I think that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this what if. I'll see you guys next time. Remember to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And that's it. That's the video. See ya.